Yassi gonna be first up versus Naze, hitting him with an interrupt immediately. Yassi coming back in as a demonology warlock. God, I love that set, by the way. The horns, I think, that made him a little bit more curvy since last time, right? In PTR. Stun onto Naze, full Fellow Lord coming down for, I think it was actually Naze's Fellow Lord. Yassi looking to one-shot Naze, actually doing quite a bit of damage. Those pets are tearing him apart back there. Naze going for some damage of his own. Gonna be the Obelisk. Naze is still under ton of pressure, does go for a banish onto the Tyrant of Yassi. Landing a stun around the corner into Yassi with Dreadlord. Dreadstalker is gonna be decimating both. Yassi could be in big trouble. It's gonna be massive damage back to Naze though. Yassi just kept it cool and kept it collected, got some damage out. Seeing massive bursts out of Naze, he just kept it calm, taking him out. G-Funk gonna be up next, roaming around on his big old boar, just kind of giving Yassi an opportunity to get himself a setup. Yassi going for the aggression early, which gives G-Funk the cue to, like, you know what, since he hit me, now I get to hit you. Gonna be the Obelisk dropping down for, was it Obby? Oh, it looks like it was Obby for Yassi. Those Obbies actually are massive. I'm so surprised people don't end up killing Obelisks, because it basically has the same health as a totem, and it empowers the pets greatly. That's something to pay attention to in the future when fighting demonology warlocks. G-Funk getting absolutely blasted out in the opener, having to pop big defenses, and that's going to be a turtle shell. Yassi forcing everything out of this hunter as he's draining the life out of that Raptora pet. Prison trap onto Yassi. G-Funk going in for a feign death for a moment. That Tyrant, that Felguard, isn't really going to give you an opportunity. Yassi kind of out in the open, separated from his pet. G-Funk is going to go for a bunch of damage from a distance. Quick flash scout. Yassi looking to interrupt it. Does land the axe toss. Doesn't stun G-Funk with it, but does end up landing a interrupt. Tyrant joining in. The Tyrant kind of waddling at G-Funk, but he's going to be blasting around the corner. G-Funk better have something for this Tyrant, because that thing has perfect line of sight of you. It actually has the angle. He's got the peeking angle. Yassi baking up, well, I guess it's baking up some Demon Bolts, isn't he? But he's bailing up out of there, looking for a bit of reset. Again, trying to get some drain lives whenever possible. It looks like there was a decimating bolt getting set up. Where's this G-Funk, I think? Big stun, massive damage. G-Funk in trouble. I think it might be over, unless G-Funk has something for it. Throwing out the Chakram as the last moment of desperation, trying to do whatever damage you can to Yassi. But the Warlock does end up taking him out, with Slayer skulking around from his side of the arena towards Yassi, trying to see if he can take him out. Quick Garrote, Yassi switching it around from subtlety to assassination. Big flagellation, massive burst versus Yassi. Yassi tried to stop it. It's going to be a stun, trinket out of Slayer with a Mortal Coil. Fear to follow. Yassi tried to go for a flesh cut while Wall is up. It's going to be the Rogue. Still hasn't been dead onto Yassi. Still trying to see if he can continue puncturing the daggers, the poisons, the bleeds into Yassi. Another kid is shotgun is set up. Going to be potentially an interrupt out of the Rogue. Does miss it. Stun into Slayer. Setting up a big primordial. Oh my goodness. And Yassi walking out of there like nothing happened, with a Demon Hunter chasing after him. Unless he got something for the DH, I think it's over. My goodness, this Warlock did the best he could. Did land a fear onto Black Rose at the very end, but he was left with no health whatsoever. That was incredible damage by the Rogue, as well as by the Warlock, by the way. That was insane. Ben Sherman is going to be up next, trying to see if he can get a setup versus the Black Rose. Somebody dropping down a banner. Ben Sherman has himself full Necrolord setup. The Mages of the Dead attacking Black Rose. It was from one pet class into the next, as Ben Sherman has himself full setup. Wait, he's got, does he have, what? He's moving and casting. What is it, Megalomania? He's running Megalomania, so he's got activated. So this man's activated Surrender to Madness, which is eventually going to bring him down to 30% health. I think there was a Surrender to Madness. Shadowlands for Ben Sherman somehow is immune to interrupts? Wait. How is he immune to interrupts? Huh? Wait, no, seriously, how is this man immune to interrupts for a second there? Was that some kind of like a talent? Ben Sherman having to go for a disperse. Ashes just getting blasted out by the chaos damage of the Demon Hunter. Ben looking for that cast, but getting interrupted on it under a ton of pressure. Again, oh, is the trinket he's running? You can check at the top right, he's got a trinket. Anytime he gets interrupted or stunned, the next CC or an interrupt makes him immune. So he sits CC longer, but then he's immune for the next one. He's actually just straight up immune most of the time. Black Rose found himself in super low health. Could be an execute by Ben Sherman. Does get interrupted, but that's going to be the Demon joining in. I think the Demon actually contributed in the death of the Demon Hunter. So Ben Sherman, with that trinket, he's going to sit CC 20% longer. but after he gets CC'd or interrupted, the next CC or an interrupt, it makes him immune, which is going to offset a lot of the CC from the enemy team. That's a stun to Ben Sherman. Now he's free to cast. He's actually, or not, stunned. Wait a second. I thought that stun would make him immune to the next stun. Wait a second. How do you get stunned twice? Huh. That was incredible damage by the Shadow Priest, by the way. That was an awesome use of that trinket. Man trying some new strats. That Warlock dominated him. Yeah. You can help me out titles. Yo, Sajura actually getting melted too? I just looked at the chat for a second. Sajura's health is under a ton of pressure. This man's coming back in with a full frenzied regen, trying to get himself as much healing versus Advo. Quick fear by Advo doesn't quite connect. I think there's going to be a Zerker rage out of Sajura. Exactly what we see out of here. Popping up banner, going to be full reckless. Is abandoned. Fleshcraft for Advo as he got a wall. Shattering throw to break through that shield. And Advo, as the Fleshcraft does dissipate to that shattering throw, at least able to escape with a port. Quick fear onto Sajura, setting up a decimated bolt. Sajura with the reflect for some spell. I'm not really sure what he reflected at this point. Adver better be careful, because at least one of those decimated demon bolts might have been reflected. Stun onto Sajura. Adver tried to create more CC opportunity. Just trying to get some distance between Sajura. Potentially might use the gateway. Does he have access to the gateway anymore? I don't think he does. I think he's locked out. I think this man is just waiting until he gets the next port, or the cooldown of the gateway disappears. Sajura with a fleshcraft, trying to see if it creates some line of sight behind the pillar. Adva swung around the corner real quickly for a swift interrupt. And Adver using that Warlock port to create some mobility. With the conduit when Warlock's port to the gate, they actually get a bit of mobility, and I think also removes any slow that's on him. So it gives him quite a bit of movement. Especially in 1v1s, it gives you opportunity to at least walk away from the enemy target. Big Tyrant joined in, Sajura getting hit with a stun, gonna be a mortal coil to follow. Get a barrage by all the spells, and Adver taking him out! With a quick interrupt onto, what is the name? Oh no, what's his name? Obi Gail? I'm not sure. Obi getting blasted out. Quick stun, potentially could be a bubble out of Obi. I don't know what his name is. We're just gonna call him Obi chat. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be in Russian. We're just gonna call him Obi. As he tried to see if he can get a fear onto the pet, silence onto or interrupt on Unholy. Obi could be big trouble. No longer has a shield of Enders. Does use wings in order to keep himself alive and kicking for a little bit longer. Obi with the next burst out of Advo could be in a really tight position. Bubble, Bob, any one of these things could actually sort of help you. Bubble basically being the best one, because it prevents all this crazy good magic damage as he gets super low. Oh, that next decimated bolt would have been the end of him. But he does use Bubble to escape. Although he hasn't recovered a lot of health. He's still under a ton of pressure. This man's made to start spamming now. Oh, get interrupted in a holy. Wait, I think it might be overstunned on top of it. Advo trying to get some more pets in there. This is a bit more damage. Obi can potentially go for a blessing of protection. That might at least help you with some of the melee damage of majority of the pets of Advo. Except for those imps. Those things are just going to keep blasting you out with little itty bitty fireballs. Stun onto Obi, could be in big trouble with a Tyrant. I think it's going to be over. Hand go down coming down, and does get the hand go down for even more pets. It looks like Advo took out the whole team too, and only Archie is the last one left to hold the fort as the army of demons is surrounding Advo. There's a lot of imps in there. There's a lot of other pets trying to go for a quick banish onto the Earth Elemental. Does land that banish, but a lot of the pets timed out for Advo. The Warlock does have mobility. He has everything but a trinket. Wall is available. Could potentially set up a fleshcraft as well. Trying to get some big blaster damage onto Arhi. And Arhi's Earth Elemental continues to keep getting banished. Quick Thunder onto Advo. Does not have a trinket to drop down big burst onto Advo. Going to be a drain life for Advo as they do burn a wall really early. Mortal Coil getting sent out on Advo with more, by Advo with more fears onto Arhi as Advo is just looking for a little bit of recovery. I think Advo might just want to buy himself a bit of time to get a fleshcraft back up, to get more demons in there, maybe wait out for a big Tyrant go. Stun onto Archie as is approaching. If anything, Advo is just full of ways to just get some micro mini little CC onto Archie. Gets close enough, Mortal Coil. Tries to run at you, hit him with a Curse of Exhaustion. Almost about to round the line of sight, round the bend, hit him with a stun from the pet. Not given an opportunity to play the game. Thunder onto Advo. Or he could go for an interrupt. Trying to see if he can land an interrupt. Advo actually lucked out. Super low on health. Not really lucked out, but super low on health. Can't really go for a cast. And Arhi does end up slamming it down. I feel like if Advo maybe had a trinket and a bunch of other cooldowns, I think that game probably could have lasted a little bit longer. But Advo popping out with 3 kills. Yasi with 3 kills on that team as well. Yo, this is just a Warlock, Demonology Warlock Central today, huh? Absolutely blasting it out, boys. Is it only after the first CC is over you become immune? I could be wrong, Abe. I'm not sure how that trinket works that the Shadow Priest ran, but I am interested in seeing more of that priest play with that trinket. I'm very excited to see how that works.